Hey there, it's Seb Frey here with another exciting episode of It's a Seb Show. And hey, do you love that echo? I'm loving that echo. You want to know why there's so much echo? Because I'm standing in an empty house that is about to close, and my clients will soon be the proud owners of this beautiful property in SoCal. So good for them. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to talk about economic obsolescence. And that actually just came up today. I had an appraiser call me up today, and he asked me about this home I had sold, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and the question was there any economic obsolescence? So what is that? Economic obsolescence happens when you have a property that is built and then something gets built next to it, or maybe there was the thing existing before the property was built, but it's a property which was on a quiet street, but then years go by and all of a sudden that quiet street becomes a very loud street with a lot of traffic. Or they put like a railroad track somewhere nearby, or they put like a high tension power line, a freeway, sewage treatment plant, right? So a house can become economically obsolete when it becomes too close to these undesirable factors of modern day life, economic development essentially, right? So now I have a listing right now which is pretty much on the side of a freeway. And that definitely counts as economic obsolescence. I have another property I'm going to go see tomorrow with an investor client of mine, and it is literally right next to the airport. Like the side yard of this house, on the other side of the fence, it's actually the airport. And, those properties both suffer from economic obsolescence. And that's something you really want to pay attention to when you are buying or selling a house. I mean, obviously, you're going to know about it. You're going to see it, right? You're going to see the railroad. You're going to see the freeway or whatever. It's not going to be a surprise to you. But what may be a surprise to you is how much or how little the economic obsolescence affects the market value for the property. There's no automatic way that you're going to know, like Zillow, for example. Zillow knows like nothing about economic obsolescence. They're going to tell you that the home that's right on the freeway is worth the same as the home that's a block away from the freeway, and that's not true. Now, some people are going to tell you, oh, it's going to be so much less for the home that's right on the freeway, but is it? How do you find out how much economic obsolescence is going to impact the likely sale price of any one given property? There's no other way to do it except the hard way, which is to run the numbers, right? You have to find other comparable properties that are right in that exact same area that suffer from the very same factor which is driving that economic obsolescence. Unfortunately, there may not be really great data. That might not be a lot of recent comparables, or the comps that are there are for houses that were twice as big or twice as small, or like much newer or much older. It really is a challenging task a lot of the times to find out how much the economic obsolescence is really going to affect a property's price. But if you are making a very important decision, like whether to buy or sell a property, which is something that most people don't do very often, you really want to have somebody take a very close look at how that's going to impact the value of the property, so that if you're buying a property that suffers from economic obsolescence, how much to offer, or if you're selling a property, you critically have to know how much you should price that property. And a lot of people, they don't factor in enough the economic obsolescence. And if you factor it in too low, well, you don't got to worry about that too much, because the market will tell you and they'll reward you with multiple offers and it'll sell far over asking price. But a lot of times people don't take into account enough how much that will impact their property's value, and they overprice a property, which is never a good idea in any market, really, for almost any home. So just some things to think about. So if you're looking at buying a property that suffers from economic obsolescence, it's near a busy street or freeway or train tracks or anything like that, first of all, don't buy that property would be my advice to you. Location, location, location. You really want to get a property that is free from those kind of location issues which you can't actually sell. But if you do want to buy a property like that, make sure you understand what the impact is going to be when you actually want to go and sell that property. All right, that is it for this episode of It's a Seb Show. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do me a favor, give me a like, thumbs up, give me a comment, share. That would be awesome. I really appreciate it. If you know anybody who is wondering about economic obsolescence, why, this would be a great episode to have them watch. All right, thanks so much for watching, and of course, I'll have another episode up again before too long.